Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. In this video I'm going to show you how to EQ your guitar using the Boss Katana. Now you guys know the drill, don't forget to like and subscribe and you'll be notified of any future videos that come out from the Studio Rats. Right, let's get to it. So when we load up the Boss Katana we can go to the EQ tab and you see we've got these different options here. We've got amp in, amp out, parametric EQ and GE10. Now the GE10 is a graphic equalizer. We're not going to be using that today. We're going to go to the parametric equalizer, and instead of using amp out, which is what I would normally use to EQ the amplifier, we're going to switch it to amp in. Now amp in is basically EQing your guitar, so you can change the sound of your guitar so the Boss Katana reacts better with the guitar. Now if you've got a guitar like this is a freeband guitar, but it's got two P90s in it. Now I normally like single coils. These are technically single coils, but I normally like Telecasters, Stratocaster single coils. I really like the way that they react with amplifiers and the way that they drive an amplifier. Now when you get P90s are really useful for certain things, but if you want to make them slightly more versatile for everyday use, you can use this EQ. So what we're going to do is define the frequencies and then iron them out. So let's turn the EQ off and hear how the guitar sounds. Now, it sounds great, it's just got a different sound to my Telecaster. Now, P90s, like on this guitar, have a sound that makes them sound slightly more honky than a single coil. So what we're going to do is to find that frequency first. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go to my low mid Q, and I'm going to turn that up to 8. Now, Q is basically how the shape of the bell of the EQ curve is. So imagine that's flat. Now, if you have a higher Q, the point on the EQ is going to be sharper than if you have a lower Q, which is going to be more rounded. So what we're going to do is to keep it on 8. So let's turn on the EQ and let's turn the frequency up, say to about, at the moment, about 1 kilohertz. Now let's turn up the gain. And now we're going to move the EQ frequency to find the frequency that we want to get rid of. So around 315 hertz, you can hear this frequency that isn't very nice. So what I'm going to do now is to bring back the low mid gain. So just so we can hear the difference, let's take the EQ in and out. That's in. So already that's really smoothed out the low mids, so this guitar is going to cut through the mix a lot better. What we can now do is to make it sound a lot more like a single coil, and we're going to do that by boosting the top end. Right, this time as we're boosting the EQ, I want to keep the EQ curve quite low, or the EQ quite low, so we're going to keep it at 1. I'm going to turn up the high mid frequency to about 4K. And now let's turn up the gain. Okay, and now let's hear what it sounds like without the EQ. Here's out. And now bring it in. As you can hear, we've lost a little bit of level going into the amp. So I can just increase that with the level control here. So let's turn it up by about 3 dB. Now, I still think we could add a little bit more top end to this, so I'm just going to turn up the high gain a bit. I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of that. If you want to have a look at the preset pack we've just released, I'm going to leave the link in the notes below. And don't forget to like and subscribe and you'll be notified of any future videos that come out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul and I'll see you next time. Cheers.